All right, hey everyone, back again through Silver Heights Neighborhood Association. We're back with another SNA Camp in a Box Week 2 video, and today we're going to be making flamingos. So, all of the materials you need. I don't actually have some of them, so we're gonna have to use our imagination. You guys will have them for sure, but a couple things I had missing from my box that I got from the center. So you're gonna have I'll try to add them in a different way. Like I'll use some crayons and some markers to draw it in, but you guys will have the actual materials that we need. So sounds good. So what we're gonna need first is some construction paper. I have the closest thing to pink that I can find. I have blue for some water. I have green for some grass, and last I have white as our base at the bottom sheet of paper. So after that, after construction paper, you're going to need pipe cleaners. I only had 2, and we're going to be wanting to have 4 at least, so I cut my 2 in half. And even though we're making flamingos, we got to make do with what we have. I have red and orange pipe cleaners. So, anyways. And that's all I have for our craft. But what you guys are also going to have is feathers in your box. So you guys should all have feathers. I'll show you when we're going to be using the feathers. I'll use some crayons in replacement of the feathers. And where I use crayons, you guys, I'll let you know that you can use feathers there. And then last but not least, you guys will be able to use some googly eyes. So I don't have googly eyes or feathers. I'm not sure why. I should, but I guess we forgot to put it in my box. So yeah, you guys will have googly eyes and feathers. I don't. I'm gonna use my marker and my crayons to appear like I do, and we're gonna get right into it. So. Oh, and also you're going to need a pencil or a pen, or I guess you could use your crayon as well. Now, what we're gonna do, and this might be difficult because we need to trace both hands. So I'm gonna start with this one, and I'm gonna go try to like, it's best if you put the paper like this so you can fit both hands on the same piece of paper. But it might be difficult when we have to use our weaker hand to trace our normal stronger hand. So I'm just gonna quickly trace my hands with the pencil, or if you guys have a crayon, you can also use markers, but you might get marker on yourself. So now this is the part that might be a bit difficult using my left hand, but I'm just gonna try to push it up against my thumb so it doesn't go wayward. And you just trace your hand, trace both hands, obviously, like I did. You guys might not be able to see that, but we have our tracing there. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut it out. You cut out both of our tracings of our hands. Obviously, mine are a bit bigger than yours will be, but that is okay. We're gonna cut these out really quick. Oh, and we're also gonna need glue. So I think I forgot to mention that. Once we're done cutting, we're going to need some glue for this and for the pipe cleaners and for the feathers. We're gonna be needing glue to get everything stuck together and set down. So yeah, almost done here. there we go. We have our hand. Awesome. One more. And then we will get into how we're going to make our flamingo out of a hand. Fancy, fancy. And you guys might have more space because your hands will be smaller, but you're also going to need the same color, or I guess it doesn't have to be the same color if you don't want it to be, but it will look best if it's the same color. You're gonna need some more of the same color paper that you're using to cut out your hands to draw on another part of the flamingo that won't really fit in with the hand. All right, so we have our two hand shapes at least. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our base sheet of paper. It doesn't have to be white. If you guys want it to be a different color, you can do that. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna put our two hands like this so that the thumbs are facing away from each other. Now mine are, once again, a bit too big, so I might have to cut off the edges of my thumbs, which, I guess I won't. I'll just let it hang over. So, but before you do that, you can, what I'm gonna do is just some decorations to make your little flamingo scene look better. I'm gonna cut off some glue. Right? If I can see my glue stick. Okay, so I'm gonna take my blue, and you have to do this before you glue your hands down because it might they might be in the same spot. Glue stick isn't working. Quickly grab another glue stick because that one doesn't seem to want to work right now. And yeah, so we have our blue. We're gonna put our blue down on the bottom of our sheet. It's going to be difficult to get it perfectly in line, but something like that. And that's basically just going to be like some water that the flamingos are standing in. And we're going to cut off some random green. I'm going to put that there. One more piece of random green. Now you guys don't have to do the exact same decorations, but if you want to do some decorations, these are just some ideas. You can do some water, you can do some shrubs in the water, just that kind of stuff. All right, so we have our water, we have our shrubs. Now we are going to put our hands down. So you're gonna want to make it so that the fingers are pointing kind of like downwards, but sideways, right? So you want to make sure that they're pointing that way, and then the way that works, you're gonna flip it back over and you're gonna glue the side that makes it so the fingers are pointing the right way. So I'll show you once I glue this first one down, and I'll also show you how the second one's going to go relative to the first one. Okay, so we're going to take it, we're going to glue our first hand down like that. Now, now my paper's a bit squished, but we're going to take our second one, cover it in some glue. Okay, so we have our two handprints. Now mine's a bit more squished than I'd like it to be, so it might look a bit interesting. But next we're going to be taking our pipe cleaners and we're going to be putting some glue down the pinky of our hand. Okay? So the pinky of our hands, we're going to be putting some glue on those and a bit further down. Now you guys might want to also cut your pipe cleaners just because they might be a bit too long. But what we're going to do, we're going to try to make our pipe cleaners stick to the glue. Gonna have to push them down. Like, oh no, not like that. Okay. So yeah, make the pipe cleaner stick with the glue, and then do the same on the other leg. Hopefully that sticks. So we got our pipe cleaners onto the pinky of our flamingo, or the pinky of our hand, but you know, the body kind of our flamingo. Now, what we want to do, I don't have. Let me see if I can. I don't have any more of that colored paper, so hopefully you guys will be able to. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut out kind of like half of a heart shape. Right, so it's gonna look a bit like this. Okay, mine's gonna be yellow because you know I don't have the right color. I only had one sheet of paper that was pink, but all right, so we're gonna glue these down as well. Down, this is gonna be our head of our flamingo. Get that all glued. It's gonna make sort of a heart shape, right? See that? How it makes sort of a heart shape? Now this is where you put your googly eyes, but since I don't have any googly eyes, I'm just going to use this marker. I'm going to put a little black dot, just how a googly eye would look. Now you guys can make yours bigger, obviously. And last but not least, I'm going to use a pink crayon to kind of look like feathers, but you guys have actual feathers in your boxes. So you're just gonna, right around here, kind of drawing on the outside to show, because it's kind of difficult to make it show up. But right around here, if you can see on the outside up here and the outside up here, right where your thumb on your flamingo is, that's where you're going to want to add your feathers. So you're going to try to put some glue there, stick a bunch of feathers on. You should have enough. Like, you should have 4-ish. Enough for like 2 on each side at least. And yeah, so you're going to put your feathers on. Obviously yours won't look so clunky because mine's too wide. The pipe cleaners didn't stick well because, you know, taking up so much space or so close to each other. But yeah, so you're gonna want to add the feathers up here. You're gonna want to, hopefully you guys have enough construction paper that you can use the same colors. And yeah, and with smaller hands it'll probably look better. And then yeah, you'll add the pipe cleaners going here, because mine didn't really work out very well with the pipe cleaners, but the way it was supposed to look, like you'd have your pipe cleaners here going into the water that looks like flamingo legs, and you'd have your pipe cleaners here going into the water. So yeah, that's about it for Handprint flamingos. Yeah, sorry about the struggles with the materials and pipe cleaners. Hopefully that'll be fixed and won't happen again in any videos. But yeah, handprint flamingos, nice.